Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first ever edition of the Brad Evans Show. With me today, round of applause. And for my guest, Michael Magee, Mr. Matt Besler. We're going to throw a little bit of a curveball here. We're going to start out with easy questions, but we're actually going to go with Mr. Mike Magee. Recently found himself in the U.S. national team picture. Unfortunately, had a little tummy ache before the game, and we just want to know what happened there.
I mean, my tummy was aching bad enough to a point where I felt like I just couldn't go on. So
You just couldn't tough through it.
No, I tried, and you know I'm a fierce competitor and a battler, but when your tummy aches,
and there's no real reason why you had this stomach ache. We don't know still. Just a mystery?
It's a mystery, yeah.
It's a mystery. Okay, fair enough. Talk about your goal-scoring season last year. It's pretty incredible. MVP. How does it feel?
It feels good, yeah. It feels good to score goals.
Feels good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes.
All right, you're scoring goals, but you also spent time in goal. Talk to us a little bit about that. What game was it? Was it in San?
It was in San Jose.
San Jose.
Yes, against the Earthquakes. One goalie broke his arm. The guy I was marking actually broke his arm, and then Lenhart, the wind hit him or something, and he went down. And for some reason, the ref gave our goalie a red card, and I just stepped in and went.
But you played the whole game before that. On the field?
Yes.
And you scored a goal or no?
We tied 0-0.
You tied 0-0. Okay, so you got your first shutout. First time in goal, first shutout.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whose jersey were you wearing, though?
Thank you. I was wearing Josh Saunders' jersey.
So it was a size...
It was
XL
like
for sure.
XL.
Triple XL.
I'm like a medium to large.
You're
usually.
a schmedium. You're a real-time schmedium.
Like a large usually, but he's a big man. He's like 6'11", 290. So the jersey was fitting me a little big.
A little big.
And I'm like 6'1", so.
That's good. I want to talk about something. Both of you have good friends. You're good friends with Omar. You're good friends with Zuzi. Who has a better hair?
Zuzi, for sure.
Yeah,
Zuzi? Well, I mean, to me, what's the difference? They both have long brown hair.
He had the long hair.
So Omar's
first.
like copying him.
Omar's a little thin.
A little thin. A little thin. Speaking of thin hair, who's got better hair, Mike or Landon Donovan?
Jesus. I mean,
I'm not gonna answer. Why doesn't?
That's just coming in strong.
Who's got better hair then, you or Landon?
I mean, how much time do we take out of our day today to be here? You think? And you're coming strong at me like
Don't degrade the show, Mike. You came back with the national team, and then you went straight into Chicago, and you guys signed a new player, Benji Joya.
Yeah.
And you were roommates with him?
Yes.
Yeah? How was that?
It was great. Great kid.
It was good?
Great player.
How old is he?
He's 20 years old.
20 years old. Are you sure about that?
No.
No, not at all. No. What position does he play?
Yeah. He's a center mid. He can play on the wings too, withdrawn forward. Benji can play anywhere. He does it all.
Yeah. No funny stories or anything about Benji?
There's a very funny story about Benji. So we get in the room, and I'm obviously meeting this young kid for the first time, and we say hi, then there's an awkward silence. It turns into about 15 minutes of awkward silence. But at the beginning, I'm watching a TV show, and it's Scandal, and I'm in it. So all of a sudden I hear this like Nintendo music kind of going on. It's going on for 8 minutes. So as the awkward silence is growing, just wondering like what's going on. I'm about to say something, but I just met him.
Playing video games?
So all of a sudden I hear Mike Magee go.
Stop.
We both glance at each other, like just lock eyes. Like, what's going on, man? He's like, that's really embarrassing. He's like, I'm watching your highlight tape.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's true.
I love that.
It broke the ice.
I like that.
Quite nicely.
You'll always remember this moment.
Yeah, so we exchanged
Your
numbers
boys
at
now,
that
was it.
moment.
That
Then
was
we
it,
went over his highlight tape, and
At least you have a highlight tape.
dude, you got throw-ins, man.
Yeah. Throw-ins on throw-ins on throw-ins.
I mean,
the scouting report, I don't know about you, whenever we play Kansas City, is just don't give up a throw-in in the defensive third.
And put it on
or else the man's coming.
Right foot.
Yeah, either one. Either one. Speaking of social media, though, you had
Getting off topic.
I remember there was a video in January of you singing Katy Perry. Is that right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we probably have a clip of it if we could show it. So you might want to tell us a little. Just give us some background about. I don't know what happened.
I was betrayed by a friend, Stuart Holden. Long story short, every time that song would come on, Stuart would dance. Usually with no clothes on, sing, dance, whatever. And the one time I do it, he's kind of building me up, like, let's see your best Stuart Holden impression. So I was intentionally being a little corny, and of course he's videoing. The guy, I mean, he loves himself, so he
loves a good joke.
And then threw his face into the video, which is pretty
very Stuart.
Very Stuart. Yes.
All right, last question. Just going to talk a little bit about style. Who's got the better style between you two?
I mean, Besler for sure.
Mike.
Besler for sure, Mike.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
both giving each other a compliment. But you dressed up as Colin, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Halloween.
Beautiful.
It's
When
fun.
I saw the photo, I didn't even know it was Halloween. I just thought you were
No.
coming in
I
with a
actually, I
scarf
didn't tell
and-
anybody about it. And so I walked into the locker room that morning, and I put my head down. I had some headphones in, and I went and sat in his locker. And I sat there for probably 3 minutes.
And nobody knew.
And no one knew. And I was
Amazing.
just like waiting and looking around, and all of a sudden, I think it was Jimmy Nielsen, like looked over. He's like, "Oh my God! Like I thought you were calling the whole time."
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first ever edition of the Brad Evans Show. I'd like to thank my guests again, Matt and Mike. Round of applause. Good effort.